In this video, I'm going to walk you through the product information section of your G2 profile. Once you click into your G2 admin, you'll locate the navigation bar at the top of your screen, select Product Profile, then Product Information. This is a section where you can fill out basic information about your product. Anytime you update your logo, it'll populate on the front end of your profile right over here. Now, you'll notice that there's two other icons, the SVG icon or scalable vector graphic, and what we call the small icon. The major difference is the file type. We pull the SVG icon for the category page in the G2 grid. Just below the logos and icons, you'll find an area to add your product description. A few things to note about this section. When you update your product description, scroll to the bottom and select Save. It's going to update in real time, but not necessarily where you think. So back over to the front end of your profile. You'll select Profile and then scroll to the bottom. You'll find an About section, and this is where you'll find that product description. So it'll say About, your product name, and then the description that we just updated. This is where you, the customer, has control to edit your description. If you'd like the description changed in this shaded area underneath your logo, you'll need to submit a case via the Customer Support tab in your G2 admin. G2 controls the language in this area to make sure we're staying away from any biased language, as it's meant to be a reference to the product. Now, back into our product information. Just below the product description is the primary category. A product is not limited to being in one category so long as the additional categories are a fit for your product. It can be submitted as a case to have a product be added to an additional category via the customer support in your G2 admin. Next, we have languages supported. Big thing to note here is the languages supported is what your product supports, not what your customer support team can communicate in. Underneath that is the number of employees for which your company is currently at. Next, we have software type, so whether it is on-premise or hosted in the cloud, or even both. Now, this section, how do you position yourself against your competitors? We highly recommend you fill out this section. This question has a home on the front end of your G2 profile. It's going to populate just underneath that About section. Now, I wouldn't recommend calling out any competitors by name, but rather identify your name as much as possible to help with SEO. It's a nice part of the profile to differentiate yourself as a product or service. Back into your product information. Below that question, we have one more question that our product team is looking at changing. So for now, it's not visible on the front end of the profile, and you don't need to worry about filling it out. Just below that, we have a section that you can select. It says, Follow Other Marketing Account Intelligence Products. This is your primary category that you selected. If this box is checked, saying that you wish to follow that category, you will receive an email notification anytime a review is left for a product in that category. Lastly, at the bottom of your page, you can find a URL for a focused profile. This essentially is your product profile on G2, but without all the bells and whistles at the top. So it's going to remove the search bar, it's going to remove any of the categories or click-throughs on the website, and it will take them just to your G2 profile that is a focused profile. You'll select Save to make sure that you have saved all the changes that you made.